Kyoto was a city of many streets, some of them more quiet and isolated than others. Abarono-koji was one of these, and it was where Nagakura, Harada, and I hid with the rest of the men assigned to this task.
They'll be showing up any minute.
We'd set out Ito's corpse as bait to draw the guard into a trap. My teeth bit into my lips so hard I had to stop before I drew blood. If Ito had been allowed to live, he would have been a danger to the Shinsengumi. I understood that. But this... it just seems... Is this something that could be forgiven?
You don't have to watch. Just look the other way.
No. Whatever I might think of what we were about to do, this was my only chance to save Heisuke. I couldn't look away. We sat there for... I wasn't sure how long, until finally we heard the sound of the guard approaching. Here we go again.
Oh? Who's collapsed over there? Oh my god! Sir, Ito! Who could have done such a thing?
6 or 7 of them rushed forward to examine Ito's corpse. Among them, of course. He hadn't noticed us yet, but the taciturn, downcast boy I saw in the street was nothing like the Heisuke I'd known. Harada and Nagakura picked him out at the same moment I did. Silently, they both closed their eyes for a moment in silent prayer.
Let's go. Yeah.
Shin! Sano! You're here too, Chizuru?
I see. So you used my brother's body as bait and were waiting for us to be next, huh? Such a shady trick, which is befitting for a group of peasants like you. Nagakura, Harada, was it you who killed my brother?
Heisuke was drowned out by the cry of Miki, who in turn was interrupted by the sudden report of a gunshot.
What the... Is someone nearby?
If he was hesitating, then it hadn't been the Guardians who'd fired. Was it the Shinsengumi?
Alright, who's the idiot out there who fired that gun?
Our favorite idiot.
Idiot? That's not very nice. Anyway, hello, human. I'm here to play with you.
Shiranui? Amagiri?
What are you guys doing here?
What do you think? We're working. Watching you idiots lure the bigger idiots from the guard into a trap.
He waved one of his arms casually in some sort of signal. Harada's protecting me again. Trying to. I wonder how Heisuke's gonna get hurt this time around. Where did all these people come from?
I'm a little surprised to see you've got so many men. Looks like they're from Satsuma, right? The Satsuma?
I heard Miki dubiously mumble from a distant location.
I apologize for ambushing you, but we have our orders and they must be followed. Orders from the Satsuma? For you, I'll buy that, but I thought your friend was with the Choshu Shiranui. Don't tell me you've gone and switched sides, Shiranui.
Unfortunately for you, the Satsuma and Choshu are buddies right now. Shouldn't you, be more worried about yourself, though?
As Shiranui spoke, the men behind him began to inch forward. I reached for my sword, but Harada stopped me.
Keep your back to the wall and stay behind me. I'll kill anyone who gets close.
From the rest of the Shinsengumi, I heard the sounds of hands tightening on hilts and swords being loosened in their scabbards. I swallowed.
What the hell is going on? Someone explain. Wait! If you are from the Satsuma domain, do you mean to attack us as well?
Huh? Oh, right, you're with that guy, Ito, was it? Anyway, I hear we've got you to thank for Sakamoto.
Did he mean the assassination of Ryoma Sakamoto? Then, were the Satsuma and the guard allies? Nope.
Good job on that. Happy? Good. You can die now.
Miki, watch out! Ah! Hey! You alright? Hang in there!
Miki went to the body of one of his men, but the man seemed to be dead already. He glared at Shiranui, seething with contempt.
You bastard! How dare you betray us, Satsuma dog!
Just following your lead, boss. Didn't you betray your old allies too? I seem to recall hearing something about how you spread rumors that Sakamoto was assassinated by Harada from the Shinsengumi.
I knew it. So it was you guys spreading such dumb rumors, huh?
We don't really need you anymore. But we do need to make sure you keep your trap shut. Now, it seems like the best way to keep you quiet is to make sure you're dead.
What?
Both Shinsengumi and guard were only moments from attacking when Amagiri's voice echoed across the street.
You are outnumbered. I cannot advise standing against us. And as such, I have a proposition for the Shinsengumi. What? Why don't you let us take care of the girl with you? If you do, I will allow all of you to leave unharmed.
What? Listen here, Amagiri, you're not in charge of this operation. You can't trade members of the Shinsengumi for...
Amagiri stopped the Satsuma vassal just by glaring back at him with a furious gaze.
I think perhaps you misunderstand. I will follow the orders of the domain to the extent that I am able, but they are not paramount.
But...
Gunshot resounded again.
Uh!
The Satsuma vassal fell to the ground and he was no longer moving. Shiranui blew the smoke from his gun as it slowly rose from the barrel.
Anybody else? If you can live through the first bullet, we might listen to what you have to say.
How could he? To Shiranui, there were no enemies or allies. He was a beast that the Satsuma had only just learned they could not control.
Alright, now we won't have any more rude interruptions. What is your answer? Will you accept our offer or not?
Not even a breath disturbed the silence of Aberona Koji. The demons, the Satsuma, the guard, and the Shinsengumi all waited to see how I would respond.
Well, you heard the man, Sano. What do you want to do? You really gotta ask? These guys are pretty pathetic. Even Heisuke's lame jokes are better than this.
Ah! Ha 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 ha! Oh, I love it when guys get all tough like that.
Think you can beat all these men, though?
At a motion from Shiranui, the Satsuma rushed forward, a solid wave of men and swords that tumbled over the Shinsengumi and guard alike. I was not worried about Heisuke this time around. I gotta do what I do best and say, could you just leave, though? Wait, please!
What, you're coming with us?
Even as skilled as they were, there was no way Harada and Nagakura could fight off all the men that Satsuma had brought. And if Amagiri and Shiranui fought as well... If I go with you, then you'll leave everyone else alone?
That's the spirit. Good to see a little self-sacrifice. Still...
What are you doing?
Well, I figure we might as well just take you after we kill everyone else.
But you said...
No. I didn't say anything. You want to spare all this filth, take it up with Amagiri.
You monster! He never meant to let the Shinsengumi go. He'd only wanted to see how I would react. You...
What am I going to do with you, Shiranui? Abiding by the Article of Faith means demons don't break promises.
Well, I'm a demon that lives in current times.
You're disgusting!
You mad? Guess I don't have a choice then. Let me show you just how compassionate I am. Alright, Harada. I guess I do like you, so why don't you and I start negotiating or something?
What?
If you get down on your knees and say, I don't care what happens to her, just please let us live, then maybe I'll let you go.
Harada's eyes moved towards me. I looked over at him now, and he flashed me a brilliant smile. Aw.
I'm impressed, Chizuru. Not everybody has the balls to put their neck on the block for someone else when the time comes. But I think you could trust us a little more, you know?
Oh. Harada laughed fearlessly. At last, he turned to face Shiranui. The crowd of Satsuma soldiers shrank back before his furious glare.
Come and get me, you son of a bitch! I'd rather die with my hands on your throat than let you lay even a finger on her so I could live. If you think the captain of the 10th Division is an easy mark, you've got another thing coming.
Harada. What a boy.
You are such a damn show-off. Hey, Heisuke! What are you doing standing around like a chump? You gonna let this bastard get all the glory?
Ha! Heisuke grinned, ran a hand through his hair, and started toward us.
Man, you two don't change, do you? How many fights have you pulled me into? You never even think about what I want and always call me for backup.
Says the pot to the kettle. How many fights have you gotten me into?
Oh, come on! Those were totally different! Have you completely forgotten that you're a loyalist and I'm an imperialist? You don't ask the cat to fight next to the dog.
With the last word, Heisuke stood next to us, facing Amigiri and Shiranui. He flashed me a grin, and the melancholy boy I'd seen only minutes ago was gone. In his place was the Heisuke I'd known. Alright, trio's back together!
Well, it looks like I don't really have a choice here. Shin and Sano can eat dirt for all I care, but if she dies, I won't be able to sleep at night.
Heisuke!
It's about damn time, you idiot.
I wasn't sure why, but when we were completely surrounded by enemies, and as we felt like we were evenly matched, the men made me feel confident that we'd come out fine as long as I stayed by their side. Hey, Heisuke? When this is all over, can't you come back to the Shinsengumi? I understand you made this decision after a lot of careful considerations, but everyone misses you.
Yeah, I'll think about it. After all, these two jokers are as good as dead without me.
His response was the happiest words I've heard in a while. That's my boy. She looks so happy to be amongst these three. It's so cute. Best trio.
Huh. It's been a little while since we all fought together, huh? Sure hope you haven't gotten rusty without us to whip you into shape, Heisuke. I bet you anything all you learned at Ito's was learning how to quibble.
Are you kidding? Without you to hold me back, I finally managed to reach my full potential.
They laughed just the way I'd heard them do so many times before. Even in a street full of enemies, watching them made me feel almost safe. The sight of made my heart feel so warm. Harada. I'd meant to say that things had worked out. He just grinned at me and gripped his spear a little tighter. Nice, nice.
Alright, men. Our enemy is 2 demons and some Satsuma rabble. I don't have to tell you we could win this with our eyes closed. Now let's kill him quick so we can go home and get drunk.
I approve. With that, the battle began. Countless Satsuma poured into the narrow street in an attempt to choke us with sheer numbers. Nagakora's sword flickered and leapt, utterly unconcerned with any odds.
All you've got is numbers. Anybody who wants to die, come at me.
Ah!
Blood spurts and screams came from everywhere.
Damn it! I'm not going to let you guys kill me!
The battle was so intense that I couldn't keep up with who was battling whom.
Ha! You should have just handed over that kid and begged for your life. Don't think I'm going to let you die quickly.
Careful, Shiranui. There's a lot of people here. If you shoot, you're more likely to hit one of your own men than me.
Damn it! I can't get a good shot! You're all useless, and more than that, you're in my way!
He kicked out furiously at a nearby Satsuma soldier who had the misfortune to stumble into Shiranui's line of fire. This is just... wow. I love that line. I knew Nagakura, Harada, and Heisuke were skilled swordsmen, but I'd never seen them fight the way they did that night. Several of the Shinsengumi soldiers made a wall around me, and I watched as the captains tossed foes aside like they were made of straw. Then, from across the battlefield, I heard Amagiri's basso rumble.
You mean to challenge me on your own? I suppose your courage is admirable.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, we're a little short on men, so you're just gonna have to fight me.
Even in single combat, you were unable to defeat me. This situation is hardly more ideal. What do you intend to do?
Ha!
Even swords weren't enough to stop Amagiri's fists, and Heisuke, with his small frame, was driven back.
Just!
The Satsuma pressed in, looking for an advantage.
Damn it!
No, he's surrounded! Heisuke's plight distracted me from my own, which was a mistake I regretted almost immediately. No, don't let him get hurt for you again. Gosh darn. Ah! Before I realized what was happening, two Satsuma soldiers burst through the Shinsengumi line, charging straight toward me.
Gah! Watch out! Chizuru!
No one was close enough to intercept them, and I was nowhere near strong enough to fight off two men on my own. They were closer now. No time to dodge. I heard the wet slice of two blades cutting into human flesh. It doesn't hurt? When I looked up, the soldiers were dead. A sword pierced the chest of one, straight through the heart, and the other had taken a wakizashi through the throat. Ah! I spun toward Heisuke across the street. Why? Why did you do it for me again?
Seems like I made it.
He was smiling. His arms still extended from throwing his swords, and he grinned like he was happy to see me safe. Heisuke, why did you do that? He'd never even stopped to consider if my life was worth his own.
Your courage is impressive.
Amagiri's fist moved horribly, painfully slow.
But foolish.
Without his swords, Heisuke had no way to block, and his throw had left him no room to dodge.
Ha! Gah!
No! My ragged scream echoed across the battlefield.
Heisuke! Heisuke! Damn it! Out of my way!
How can they be so strong? Retreat! Retreat! Go! Go! They're running? First they get in my way, and then they just give up? Bah! I guess there's no helping it.
Harada's blade became a snarling, monstrous whirlwind of death, and before it the Satsuma and their demon allies were pushed back until they finally withdrew.
Damn it. Let's retreat for now. I will never forget tonight. I will personally send all of you Shinsengumi men straight to hell.
Miki and the remaining Guardian soldiers all scrambled to their feet and ran. But all of that seemed so far away from me. Oh, you had to make me look at this again. No, Heisuke. My poor boy. The street of Aberona Koji was painted with red. Everything before my eyes seemed to melt into together, coalescing into deep pools of blood. My hands were smeared with red. The words Heisuke coughed out were... red.
Ha! Looks like I screwed up.
Don't talk, damn it! Shit, this is bad. His internal organs could be affected.
Harada! His injury! Let me see it! I ran over to Heisuke to check up on him. I was praying to myself that it'd be fine. Even if it looked bad, it couldn't be serious, right? It's not as if a strike like that was gonna be fatal to someone like Heisuke. I repeated these things over and over in my mind. I mean...
Damn it, Heisuke! You can't die here!
Was he really going to die? No! You can't die, Heisuke! I just couldn't get myself to believe this. But when I saw it unfold in front of me, I realized I couldn't deny what was happening. I was shivering, but I reached out to wipe the blood desperately from his cheek. His eyes were rolling back into his head, but he looked up at me, shaken and cold.
Sorry, I wanted to be there for you a little longer. Huh. Screwed that up pretty good, didn't I?
No, Heisuke. I wasn't ever so important that you should have given your life to protect me. So please, save your strength.
I'm fine. Don't worry about me.
Let's carry him to the compounds. We can't do anything for him here. Can you run, Chizuru?
Yes, of course. We ran through the night, Nagakora and Harada bearing Heisuke's bloody and beaten body back to the Shinsengumi. Every minute felt like an hour, and with every second my heart felt that much closer to tearing in half. The assassination of Ito and the destruction of the Guardians of the Imperial Tomb was later known as the Aberona Koji incident. Both the Shinsengumi and Guard were surprised by the sudden appearance of Satsuma troops and by the demons who accompanied them. Both parties had fallen for the Satsuma trap, and the battlefield was thrown into confusion. During the fight, Heisuke was mortally wounded, and had no choice but to drink the water of life and become a fury, or die. As the Battle of Aberona Koji was taking place, the headquarters of the Shinsengumi came under attack from Chikage Kazuma. The monstrous thing my father had made was slowly devouring the Shinsengumi. How long before the water of life swallowed them whole? Gosh darn it, Heisuke. We weren't even pursuing you and you still tried to save us. I mean, you did save us. I wonder if he saved Heisuke. I wonder if he saved Harada or Shin when she's not there. It seems clear that Amagiri's the one that deals the killing blow no matter what, though. Ugh, poor Heisuke. December 1867. Scarcely a month had passed since Aberona Koji. Saito and Heisuke had returned, but the Shinsengumi was hardly back to normal. A dark, tense atmosphere pervaded the compound. Many men had lost their lives in Kazuma's attacks. Even more had been injured during the attack at Aberona Koji. Among them was Heisuke. Several of the rank-and-file soldiers had seen him mortally wounded. He had looked as if he would not survive. For that reason, Heisuke was declared officially dead and made a member of the Fury Corps. Saito hadn't been wounded, but many among the common soldiers began to call him a coward. To them, he had left the Shinsengumi to join Ito, then betrayed his new master when he sensed a change in fortunes. I saw no reason why he shouldn't set them straight and say that he had never truly left the Shinsengumi, but he claimed he would rather stay silent than tarnish the honor of the commander and the chief who had ordered his actions. As such, it was decided that Saito would leave the compound until tempers had been allowed to cool. He was sent to stay at Tenma in order to protect Kyotaro Miura, an official of the Kishu domain. The night of the battle at Aberona Koji was a turning point for the Shinsengumi. For the men who didn't know the details, it was simply a battle against their former comrades, the Guardians of the Imperial Tomb. Those better informed knew the situation with the Satsuma and Choshu domains had changed, and Ryoma Sakamoto's hit was part of a big plan. Only the heads of the Shinsengumi knew the whole story, the activities of the demons, and Heisuke's transformation into a fury. They were also the only ones who knew that Okita's illness had gotten worse. Such an important battle had stirred up the atmosphere in the compound, and for several days there were excited men everywhere shouting and talking. Moments of silence were quite rare. Okay, so this is probably when Sanan comes, trying to extract blood again. So we can skip through this and then stay in our room to have a convo with Harada and Shin. Thank you, Toshi, for always knowing when I'm in trouble. We're almost there. Yeah, I'll stay here. Alright. As much as I wanted to be helpful for everyone, if I recklessly walk about the compounds and things like earlier happened, it wouldn't be good. Maybe it's just better I don't do anything. And wait for guys to come to me instead. As I was thinking that, the day had passed and night had fallen.
Hey, here you are, Chizuru. Can I come in?
Harada? Sure, that's fine.
Yeah, sorry for coming unannounced. Damn, am I glad you're here. I'm getting sick of this grumpy old wet blanket. Funny, I was just thinking the same thing.
Is there something wrong?
Oh, we just thought you could keep us company. There's nobody else to talk to.
What do you mean? There are people everywhere.
Sorry. The truth is, I just want to let off some steam, and I can't talk about this with, well, anyone else. I mean, there aren't many warriors left. The other captains are all busy.
Oh, I see.
I mean, it's all Kondo and Hijikata's fault to begin with. Sure can't talk to them. Oh, here we go again. The Fury Core is a bad idea. A really bad idea. We need to get rid of it before it really screws us.
So Nagakura had something to get off his chest about the Fury Core. Now I understood why they couldn't talk about it with anyone. The people who knew about it were the people they blamed, and it was a secret to everyone else.
I mean, it's not like I wanted Heisuke to die or anything, but... Can you really even call that being alive? Just seems cruel to me.
Well, yes, I suppose.
Every man here knows how it works. Sometimes we kill the other guys, sometimes he kills us. When we go out there, we all know we might not come back. But now they won't even let us die. I know how you feel, but I think you're taking it a little far. I really doubt Kondo and Hijikata just leapt into all of this blind. I'm sure they gave it a lot of thought. So what thought is it then? They better not be saying they want to become daimyos and have their own castle or whatever. Well, come on. You knew Kondo's dream was to become a real samurai. What the hell, Sano? Are you telling me you're actually behind this crap? So just because you have this just cause, you can mess with the water of life? Hey, I'm not saying that, am I? Look, I'm just saying that I get where they are coming from. Well, screw you then! I can't do this sober. I'm going to Shimabara.
Nagakura leapt up and stormed out through the door, fuming. He stormed off so briskly that the candle in my room blew out. My room fell dark and I heard Harada sigh a little. What should I do about Nagakura?
Aw, leave him be. I'm sure he's not gonna be dumb enough to bring up the water of life there.
But...
Well, as you can tell, he is a good guy. And because of that, he just can't let go of a lot of stuff.
I think Harada's right. I mean, even seeing Sanan earlier this afternoon, it just feels like the Shinsengumi is slowly changing. Can I ask you one thing?
What is it?
Harada, what do you think about the Furies? His sigh made his bangs flow atop his brow. We finally get the CG on your route.
I can see where Shinpachi's coming from. We're forcing life into people who were supposed to die and turning them into monsters. I think it's wrong. But without that serum, Heisuke would have definitely died. And I can sort of see where Kondo and Hijikata are coming from. If the Shinsengumi goes under... if the shogunate writes us off, Kondo and Hijikata may no longer be classified as samurai. I'm sure those two have no other way of living besides the Shinsengumi. Shinpachi is from a samurai family, so he may not understand where Kondo is coming from.
So, are you saying what is keeping everyone together is now weakening?
It's hard to say. I mean, it could just mean that what we were working for wasn't the same in the first place. Maybe we all just had the misconception that we were after the same thing. I don't know. I know in my head that it can't be helped. But because we had such good times, it's tough.
Harada was always so kind and mature and dependable. No matter to whom he was speaking, he always had their best interest in mind. And because Harada understood where Kondo and Hijikata were coming from, it might have been even harder for him.
Sorry. Not only did you have to watch me deal with Shinpachi, but now you gotta hear me vent.
Oh, please, I don't mind. It makes me happy if I can help in any way, so please, don't worry about me. I can't really do anything else.
Hey, Chizuru.
What is it?
You gotta get out of the habit of putting yourself down so much. You're not here because you can't do anything. I mean, you were forced and put in confinement here.
He reached his hand tenderly towards my head and patted the top of it. Ah, it had been so long since you patted my head. I was starting to miss it.
At least, I feel a lot better that I could talk to you. Even if you can't do anything, there are times where it's good to cheer someone up just by being there.
Really? His words were so kind. Could I trust them?
I'm not that witty enough to lie without showing it. You know me.
Yes, I know, but...
Anyways, it's not good for me to stay here too long, so I'm going to head out.
Oh, sure. Thank you so much.
I'm the one that should thank you. Good night, Chizuru.
He patted my head a few times. And he left my room. My room fell silent again. If Harada was ever faced with a situation where he had to decide to drink the serum or not, I wonder what he would do. Would he drink the water of life just like Heisuke did? We'll probably find out. One of these days.